Okay, welcome, penny stock billionaires, boys and girls. We have an exciting day here. Momentum stocks are exploding today. MULN, NIO, Palantir, NEXCF, Grab, AMD, Amazon. We got some incredible stuff happening right now. Let me just make one quick adjustment. We'll go into the charts. Grab, that's the one. There we go, Grab. Okay, let's start off with MULN. I know nothing about this stock. I couldn't care less what they do. We're just talking about the charts. Amazing chart here. I mean, this company, could be a total piece of shit, but this chart wants to go higher. You can see a kind of this inverse head and shoulders here. Double bottom even happening. Break at above the 50 moving average. This is the key thing you want to watch. And I got the 4-hour chart up here for you because I know all you watching are low-life degenerate day traders with very short attention spans. I can't show you a weekly chart. You need to see a 4-hour chart, maybe even a 1-minute chart. But yeah, let's take a look at the 1-hour chart. You know what? Wow, you got a bit of a pennant happening here. I think this thing wants to go higher. We could see close to $1.75 today. Very possible, and that'll be a very, very bullish setup. Where do I think MULN can go? I think MULN has a good shot of going to $4 plus. I see some resistance in that kind of $4 range over here. Yeah, I would say $4. Who knows after that? Let's take a look at the 1-day chart. Yeah, this is, it could go to $4. Not a lot of resistance between here and $4. Again, none of this is advice. This is, just opinion here on charts. You could lose all your money with these stocks. So don't even look at these unless, you could basically lose all your money. And of course, some of the companies we're going to be talking about could be or should be considered as paid content. We have a couple of clients. We're going to be a couple of client charts, which look amazing. I'm going to be showing you, including NEXCF, NEXCF, Jack Mehoff. Wow, great name. Excellent name, actually. I love your name. PKK. Yeah, we'll take a look at that chart. Okay, let's get into, let me pull this off over here and let's take a look at these charts. Okay, so MULN, I think we could see a $4 number on that stock. I talked about this chart last week. It looks really good here. I mean, really, really good. I think we could see some significantly higher prices. Let's take a look at another one of these e-vehicle stocks. NIO, same thing. Look at this. Wow. This is even more impressive because you have this gap. I like this gap. This is the 1-day chart. Very, very strong. A breakout above the 50 moving average. I think the momentum is in play. And you know what? I don't see... I know this sounds crazy. This is going to sound absolutely insane, but I think we could see new highs in NIO. You got this long downward channel. Let me draw this for you. And I think it's going to break right now. So it's basically, it looks something like this, kind of like this, right? I mean, this is kind of it right here. This is your resistance. So if we can get above here, $28, $29, that would mean we could see a new high in NIO. I would say if we can get above 29, I wouldn't be surprised if NIO goes to all-time highs, $90, $120. I'm just doing some time price geometry, time price WD GAN geometry. I'm not making this stuff up. By the way, I highly suggest you click the like and subscribe button if you want to join our channel, if you want to, find the next 10x, 50x winner. We've had a whole bunch of these stocks that we've introduced to investors that have increased 1,000, 1,500%, 2,000%, even 5,000%. Yeah. big winners. So click the like, subscribe button, join the channel, and we're also on Telegram. The links for the Telegram channel are in the video description below. That is a top secret channel where we have the top secret Illuminati stock picks. Now, you don't have to be a member of the Illuminati to get these stock picks, but it does help. So click the Telegram, join the Telegram link in the video description link below. Okay, let's get back into the momentum charts. Yeah, so NIO looking really good. Let's take a look at another one. Pretty interesting grab. We haven't been hearing a lot about this one. I guess this is kind of like a poor man's Uber or something. Really cool looking chart. It hasn't broken out yet, but it is on the verge. Now, technically, you should wait till we break above the 50 moving average, maybe at $3 or so. But, if you want to front run it, I think we have a really good shot. And because you got this long, you got a pretty decent base over here. Pretty decent base. I think we could see a pop to $5, $6, $7. You got some resistance in that 750 range, but pretty much after, I just don't see any resistance between here and $7. I mean, this thing could rocket. It could really explode. Again, I have no skin in the game. I don't give a shit about this company. But the chart tells you what it is. Okay, so how about another moon chart? How about another moon chart over here? Now, here, let me show you a NEXCF AR. Here's a penny stock, very similar type of chart. Wow, look at this, up 38%. 38% momentum action here, breakout of the 50-day moving average. Amazing looking chart. Now, okay, a little caveat is that, this does trade in Canada, the third world country, Canada. And so that market was open while the U.S. was closed yesterday for some, fugazi holiday that's, Joe Biden just invented, giving people an excuse not to be working or trading stocks like they should be 24/7. We need people trading these penny stocks 24/7. I don't want to hear about any holidays. All right, so that's why you had a little bit of a gap up kind of today, but still the chart does not lie. This chart does not lie. You have an amazing breakout here of the 50-day moving average. This is very significant for this penny stock. First time we're seeing it really closing above the 50 moving average. I mean, really almost since January. Now, here is the key distinction, big distinction between now and January. The company did us financing back in January with a hedge fund. So they really, it was a disaster, basically, there's no finer way of putting it. It was basically a disaster. This fund, I think all of a sudden they had to, they had some other positions they were liquidating. They basically keep the warrants in the deal. They sell the stock. Who knows what their strategy is? I mean, these guys basically made a ton of money from what I understand. They made like $1 billion plus last year. And this was a tiny fund. So that was a lot of money for them. And then they had a whole bunch of other losses in other stuff. So, they're basically, I guess, just maybe doing like a tax loss type of thing. And they're going to keep the warrants, hope to make the money on the upside over there. So whatever. But they were basically banging the stock for the last 5 months. So you had massive dumping by those guys. And it looks like that's done. So that pressure, that selling pressure, it looks like it's gone away. So that could give us some breathing room and we could see a nice run up in the stock. Now, of course, this is not advice. They are a client. NEXCF should be considered as a paid client. So, this is a biased opinion. But the chart tells you what's going on. I mean, this chart looks like the other charts I showed you. I think it's even better. Here's your one-day chart. Let's take a look at the 1 hour. Wow, boom. So, again, the problem, because this stock trades in Canada, so, the Canadian bureaucrats are not letting me tell you, what I really feel about the stock, where I think it's going. But, you can kind of do the math yourself. It looks like it's going to break out of this resistance over here. I can't give you a price projection, but, I would say I would say right now, you get this channel for all you low-life degenerate day traders. Let me draw you a little trend line here. This is pretty much, I would say it's this or really this. I would say it's kind of this if you want to be conservative, but really it's really this one here. This is kind of the real one here. So you have NEXCF basically breaking out of two major trend lines, a breakout from two major trend lines, a breakout from 50-day moving average. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, that's bullish to me, very bullish to me. And here again, same trend line on the 4-hour chart, really nice. I mean, what do you want me to tell you? I mean, I wish I could tell you where I think this is really going. But hey, look at this, amazing. You not only do you break out of 50 moving average, you can see that top trend line, we just cleared it. So that trend line is going back quite a distance. So that is very good. I don't see a lot of resistance between here and like $3. So it's very possible that the stock could make a run to the next resistance line. And again, this is not a price projection. I'm just telling you where the resistance levels are. It looks like the next kind of resistance level is right around this kind of 350 range. Yeah, we just cleared the trend line. We just cleared it. Look at this. I'm making it bigger for you. See the one that it's showing up as red? We just clear broke right out of that. And you got nice volume coming in today. You got a nice increase in the stock price. And by the way, this is the American volume. I highly recommend all you watching, trade the stock in the US. I am boycotting Canada right now. I'm boycotting because of the Canadian regulators. So I am boycotting Canada. I highly recommend if you are looking at the stock, trade it in the US. Why should we make Canada rich? And I really I've done the math. I think I created about $2 billion in shareholder wealth in Canada. That's right, in Canada in the last 2 years. $2 billion. Now that's stocks going up, volume trading. So there's $2 billion in that. Plus, you got to realize that money gets spread around. You got brokerage, trader commissions, investment bankers making money from financings. I am pretty sure, I'm willing to make a bet that I have created at least $2 billion of taxable income for Canada in the last 2 years. So that means Justin Trudeau, I don't even know what the percentages are in Canada, but look, I think Canada got about $500 million plus in taxes as a result of my efforts. But because these regulators are, hassling me with different things, I'm just going to say, look, fuck Canada. Let's just trade to the US. I am encouraging companies to move all their listings to the US, leave the Canadian markets. I'm going to be focusing more on NASDAQ stocks. Why should we make Canada rich? Why should we give Justin Trudeau, that lowlife, $500 million in taxes? So you know what's going to happen? Look, what's going to happen is less taxes means, you're going to have crime going wild in Canada, murder, mayhem, rape, robbery on the streets of Vancouver and Toronto, because, they probably need to cut back on policing and what have you, because they're not getting those tax dollars. Hey, listen, it sounds funny, but trust me, we're going to see that. So, and then they'll thank me later. But anyway, next take AR NEXCF here. This is the American chart. Looking amazing, up 37% today. Volume breakout volume. I mean, how many times do I have to repeat this? Okay, let's move on. Amazon. Interesting action. Not bullish. This is, I would say this chart here is not, technically it kind of is trying to make a move. I just don't see any conviction here. This is not a high conviction trade. And we're below the moving average. I don't like it. How about Apple? How about them apples? A little more interesting. You know what? This thing, it looks like it's trying to make a stand over here at a buck 30. 130 bounce. That was some decent support. It looks like it wants to go higher. It looks actually pretty decent. Apple is looking pretty decent. Significantly better looking chart action than Amazon. I kind of like what I'm seeing here. You're going to have a little crossover of the MACD coming up, and that should give us a nice little pop for all you low-life degenerates. Yeah, this is looking good. Kind of an inverse head and shoulders pennant happening here on the 1 hour chart. I think we can go back to 150. This thing is looking pretty good. Very nice. How about AMD? A lot of action in that stock. Again, this thing looks like it wants to take off. You got a breakout of the 50 moving average. This is the 1 hour chart. This isn't bad data here. I can't read. I don't know what's going on here. You know what? I don't know. You know what? The 1 hour looks okay. I don't. Why did I have it here? I don't know why I had it. Forget about the AMD. Forget about the AMD. It's not a high conviction. Palantir. Really nice action. It looks to me, again, we're still below the moving average, the 50 moving average, but it's it looks to me like it wants to go up. It wants to break out of this 50 moving average. I don't know anything about what these guys are doing. I don't know if it's a scam or what they do, if it's the CIA, the Illuminati, who knows. But here's the 4 hour chart. You got a breakout of the 50 period chart. Bit of a gap. This is nice. This is nice. You know what? I don't see any resistance between here and let's call it 15 bucks. So this potentially could make a run at $15. You could see a nice move, and we'll see what happens after that. But I don't know. Look, the charts, it's crazy. 2 weeks ago, I did a stream saying, hey, the bottom is in 30%. A couple of days later, if you were following the Telegram, I said, hey, it's all over. This thing is going to make new lows. And now, you know what? Look, you got to trade these charts right now, day by day. I mean, really, it's you can't trust this market. You really can't. You got to go day by day. So that's why I highly recommend you subscribe to our not only the YouTube but the Telegram channel. Click the link in the video description below, so that way, I don't want you guys complaining to me like saying, "Oh, you said the market was going up or this was going up, and look at this, it's crashing to new lows." Well, if you were on our Telegram channel, you would have seen that we said, hey, things are changing. The first news we put out on Telegram. So if you want to be the insider, you want to be a member of the Illuminati, a penny stock billionaire, join the Telegram channel. The link is in the video description below. Also the website, wallstreetreporter.com. You got our YouTube channel, all that good stuff. Yeah. Look, I think this is going to be a great year for making massive, massive wins. I think we got a couple stocks that are setting up to be TenBaggers. That's right. That's right. These things go. What happened? I don't know what happened. I think the internet went out. Let's see. What is going? I think it's the short sellers. I think it's the short sellers attacking. Okay, we are back. Yeah, look. Am I invested in NEXCF? I have a big option position in NEXCF. So my interest is aligned with this stock going higher. I hope the stock goes to 8. I'll be very happy if it goes to $5, if it goes to $10, if it goes to $100. I can't tell you where I think it's going because of the Canadian regulations. The nanny state prevents me. But generally speaking, it's one of our next super stocks, right? Wall Street Reporter's next super stock. And I only bring companies onto that platform if I believe that they have a shot of at least a 10x upside. So if they don't have a 10x upside, I don't put them on that platform. You know, I'm very, very selective on which companies. And hey, not everybody, you know, we've had some dogs, but we've had a lot of massive, massive winners. Probably more massive winners than anybody else out there, especially percentage wise. And again, these things go in cycles, like 2019, 2018, 2020, massive wins, 10x, 50x. Last year, 2021, total disaster. I think we only had one. We had a couple stocks that doubled, and then we had a bunch of dogs, like dogs with fleas. And the reason for that is simple, because you know we brought them on. We brought on a bunch of new companies right as the market was peaking, and they had some runs. We had some, you know, 50%, 100%. I think pretty much every time we bring a new company onto our platform, the stock moves up, or it's had, you know, if you look historically. But last year was not a good year. But now the new cohort of 2022, I think we're going to see some 10 baggers. I think we got a couple of 10 baggers already in the pipeline. So let's see what happens. I'm feeling very good about it. Let's see. I love this guy. I love these spammers. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining the channel. You guys should check out NEXCF, NEXCF. Let me see. We've got to block these guys. Okay. Peak FinTech. You know, let me pull up Peak FinTech. Former client. This is a stock we introduced at like 70 cents, you know, post split, if you go do the math that way. It was a 20 bagger. It went up 2,000%. 2,000%. It went up to 14 bucks. 20 bagger. That was a 20 bagger. You know what? I don't know. I think this thing could drop further here. And by the way, you know, look, I mean, you know, people, you know, everybody wants to always ask us, hey, when, you know, tell us when your contract is up or whatever. So that way, you know, we know what's going on, you know, because, you know, look, people are smart. They know that we bring in a lot of investor eyeballs to these stocks, a lot of liquidity and volume. So they want to know when we're no longer involved, because usually, you know, the volumes and stock prices, you know, decline because there's less eyeballs on the stock, right? Just natural. So yeah, I said, hey, when it was like, I think at 12 bucks, you know, our contract was up. I told everybody, hey, that's it. We're out. Elvis has left the building. And everybody was, you know, hating on me. Is that what the kids say? Hating on me. They say, oh, the guy's bad-mouthing Peak FinTech. And no, I wasn't bad-mouthing Peak FinTech. You know, our contract was up. The stock was crazy. It got a little overpriced. Let's just say it got way ahead of itself. But it was heading that way. You know, once it broke out of that $7 range, $5 range, and I told you guys for months that it was going to break out, and it did. I was right. I told you it was going to break out, and it broke out. It took a little bit longer, but it happened. So, and when I told you we're out of it, everybody was saying, oh, the guy's bad-mouthing clients. But hey, look where it is now, significantly lower. So you should, you know, pay attention. Pay attention to our Telegram channel. Pay attention to the Telegram channel where we discuss the, you know, the stuff that's going on, the top secret Illuminati stuff. I think could go lower. You know, you might have a little bit of a base, but you know, I think this is going to go This, by the way, these trend lines from a different chart. There's nothing to do with this. Let's see what I have no idea. I have no idea. I'm not. Why am I even covering this? They're not a client. So I'm just. Oh man, this guy. We get a lot of these spammers here. Cheap sex on Tinder. Yeah, we gotta get these spammers out. How do these guys? OG. Yeah, we're no longer following OG Organic Garage. Our contract is up. You know, I think the company actually or Matt, I think he wanted to renew, but you know, his board, they're morons and retards and whatever. You know, they got some issues they're dealing with the TSX. You know, they said we're being over promotional. you know, we'll see. We'll talk. We'll see what happens there, because we're not done with that. We're gonna have something to say about that in the future, but we're not working with OG. Yeah, I wish him the best of luck. I like Matt. Okay, let's see what other stocks are mooning today. Amazon, I talked about. Oh, let's take a look at ARK. Let's take a look at ARK. How can we pass on ARK? You know what? This is this is looking pretty good. I think ARK wants to pop. ARK wants to pop. You got a double bottom happening here. The chart does not lie, and it's not. The smart money move would be to wait till it's above the 50 moving average, and then you can make a move. How about some BABA? How about the BABA? This is the Charlie Munger stock here. BABA, bad data. Fuck this bad data. Daily chart looks pretty good. Break it above the 50 moving average. How about PDD? I own this stock. PDD. Wow, I like this. This is very strong, high conviction. Again, we're above the 50 moving average. It looks to me like a new trend has started. You know what? I may add to this position. I think the PDD is in bull mode. I think the PDD wants to go higher. How about the 4-hour chart? How about the 1 hour? Hey, look at this. Look at this. PDD. Pinduoduo. Look at this. Yeah, I mean, this is, inverse head and shoulders, action. Wow, look at this, the weekly. Wow, I should be charging for this information here. You know what? I think this is going to go higher. I think we're going to see new highs once we break this 50-day moving average. I think we could be looking at $200. I have no idea what they do, really. I do own it. It's not very smart, but I just bought it off the chart. I know they're in China. I don't know. Maybe they grow rice or something. Who knows? Maybe they run a sweatshop with like 6-year-olds making Nike sneakers. I have no idea what they do. How about Paid? Here's a client company, Paid Fintech. Weekly chart not great. With daily, interesting fintech company. We're gonna have them on soon. It's been a bit of a, it's gotten whacked like all the fintechs, but I think it's making a comeback. Let's take a look at NEXCF again. NEXCF, that's a big highlight here. I think this is one of the finest charts here. Of course, I'm biased. It's a client. But of all the charts I showed you, whether it was NIO, Grab, Palantir, MULN, I think this one is probably, I think this one could outperform those guys. And some of those, look like doubles and triples coming up. There's kind of a vacuum right here in the market. There's a vacuum. There's a real vacuum in between the next level of resistance. So, some of these things could run. I'll tell you what. Let me show you some of the resistance on NEXCF. I got the daily chart again. Let's do it like this. And this is not quite it. Maybe. I mean, look. These charts, they're never exactly right. Yeah. So, we might be. Here's a little bit of a resistance line right at this level here, which is you see in red. We're approaching that, and if we break out, next level is past $1. So this could double once it breaks out of this. I would say it's right around here, 57 cents, 58 cents resistance. If it breaks out of that, not a lot of resistance between that and like $1.20 or so. And that's not a big resistance level. We could see a move to somewhere in this range. Again, I'm not giving advice. I'm not saying, well, whatever. I'm just telling you where the resistance lines are. So those are not price projections. Just want to be very, very clear. I don't want to be accused of being over promotional. So yeah, make sure you click the like, subscribe button, join the YouTube channel, and let's take a look at MULN again. Let's take a look at this low life degenerate stock MULN. Yeah, MULN. Look at this. MULN is popping, breaking out above the 50 moving average. Break it. And these are the wrong. Let's clear these. These are the wrong. I don't know what's. I like this Yahoo. I know everybody hates it, but I like using their charts for whatever reason. I just like the way they look. So anyway, MULN is popping. I think MULN's going to go to $5-6 very quickly. Again, not advice. Go to zero. I mean, I don't even know what these guys do. But I think one of the finest charts right now is NEXCF. Oh, here's another one. AIML innovation. Very interesting. AIMLF. Let me pull up the American chart because I'm boycotting Canada. I want everybody to trade the U.S. markets. So yeah, why should we send money to the Canadian tax system and for people who don't appreciate, for the government that does not appreciate what we've done for them? I mean, we're paying their fucking salaries. Justin Trudeau, I'm paying Justin Trudeau's salary. That's right. Anyway, AIMLF looking very good. Let's take a look. I'll look at the Canadian chart because the American chart doesn't have a lot of data. Nice little move up. I mean, technically it's 20%, but yeah, that doesn't really count when it's a 15-cent stock. Yeah, so once this breaks out, we can see a nice move. We're right. We're right at the 50 moving average. So right at the 50 moving average. You know what? This is very interesting. I would say we really need to break above the 20 range to really get some action going. After 20 cents, not a lot of resistance. Look at this. Where's the next resistance level? I don't know, maybe 50 cents? Not a lot, really not a lot of resistance after this 20-cent range. So if we can break 20, this thing can pop. I mean, we got an air pocket, a vacuum. We could see some crazy moves in the market. I mean, I'm kind of a pessimist in a way. I'm an optimistic pessimist. I think the markets, I was saying they can go a lot lower, but NASDAQ, but you know what? I mean, these charts don't lie. It looks like they're trying to make a stand here. I mean, this is not super bullish. I don't like the way this looks really still, but I showed you a couple of charts that, those could be the green shoots. How about the TDOC? This thing is giving me a hard time. Okay, anyway, look, it's moon time, the moon action, moon alert. Now, I don't want to sound over promotional. That's something they don't like in Canada, so I don't want to say anything about our Canadian stocks, but MULN is, MULN is gonna moon. MULN to me looks like it's moon time, Palantir moon time, NIO moon time. Yeah, I am very, very bullish on those charts. They're not paying me anything either. So, anyway, there you go. I'm done with this. Click the like, subscribe. See you on the next live stream. Oh, NEXCF, Thursday, live stream. Big update. Big, huge, bigly. Join Thursday, 1 o'clock Eastern time.